I want to begin this reflection by this question: how big or how great or how small is your God? Because answering this question would really constitute the true image of God, the God that we believe in. Because the notion of God, our notion of God differs from one person to another. And that really influences our faith and our understanding of this God whom we are worshiping now. Because sometimes when we are in trouble, when we are in problem, it is a moment that we turn to the God whom we really thought of, that He is the God of emergency, God of rescue. Or if we want to do something and we know that what we want to do is wrong, we begin to see that the right and say, this God is sin, and the image of that God is a policeman God. And when we need support, like we are in the hospital, this is a moment that we call God. We invite Him to share in our suffering, and that God is like medicine God. So these different views and different notions of God that we always have becomes a situation of God. But today we are being connected by the faith and understanding of David, who prepares for war by really dedicating his wars to God, to the true God. When he was to face the Philistine, who is so magnificent and big, so horrifying, he did not look at the size of the Philistine, but he said, you come to me with all your size, with all your strength, but I come to you in the name of God. Meaning that David really dedicated his war, his struggles, his situation, and his challenges to God to fight for him. And this is the type of faith that we are asked to have, because we live in a challenging world, full of troubles, full of problems. But if we intend to fight our wars alone by ourselves, like what the Philistines did, we will certainly fail. So we need to bring on our challenges to God. And once we dedicate our challenges to God, we should not go back to regret and reflect away on what we have brought to Him, especially in prayer. As we sit now, we have a lot of things that we bring to God. But as we give them to God, we should not go with them back home. Going with them back home will not help us. Will always remain a challenge, because we don't trust in this God that we are bringing all our troubles and petitions to. So it is very important that when we come to church, when we come to pray, by the time we are sent off to go home, each and every one of us is expected to be light and happy. Why? Because all the troubles, all you have brought it to God to manage for you. So this conviction is important, and this is the conviction that made David to succeed and to defeat the Philistines. And this such conviction also gives us way to live our life. Because most of the time we are being influenced and terrified by the environment where we live. We have been restricted by the environment where we live. Because sometimes when we want to go extra mile to do good things, we become afraid of the surrounding. Sometimes we allow people to limit us, to limit our efforts, because we always ask this question: what will the people say? What are they saying about me? How will it look? They will say that I'm proud. They will say that I know everything. And sometimes we shy away. We allow the remote of our lives into the hands of other people. And we dance according to their reason. With the Christian life, it is not supposed to be like that. That we should always value what we do. Is it saving life or destroying life? That is why our Master and Lord Jesus was not restricted and was not terrified by the environment, especially by his contemporaries. He remained steadfast, and he asked his adversaries, the Pharisees who were following him, he asked them, is it good to save life or to destroy on the Sabbath? And this is the question that the Christian is supposed to be asking when we are confronted with every kind of situation. We are not supposed to be shy because we will lose friends. Sometimes we are afraid to lose people, and we condone the truth. But now we are being asked, Jesus is directing us, that what is important, the moral teaching is to do the right thing. Because otherwise, we will continue to dance the music of the devil, the one who is not seeing any good, the one who is not happy to see any good, any progress. So we need to pray for this special grace of persistence to do the right thing, and also to identify that the God that we believe in is a big God. He is a great God. He is a compassionate God. Bwana wetu Masihi, suala lena na hasa ini. Rabu nataki le, ogo dusunu, okebir, wala osuke. لأن سورة ربنا تجيب في الناس بتاعنا هو يا يدير أيام بتاعنا هو يا يدير سورة بتاع ربنا تاني في الموت بتاعنا لأن مرة عندنا ألوان ربنا عندنا براو أن جينا نسمع ربنا كان في مكان يعني أن كان فايام أن جينا نسمع ربنا عشان أن ده ليش sikira bana ngina dera bana biga ze panadol dera bana ze opil dera bana ze artusne albes kanana nadu sikiro jesi matai leba kanana kosi anna magina desin bita badmara kalman ga rumah bana ze bolis belakasna sarga manhaja bakar dibir bolizul adera mulia ke ay mushamal yamin bikifet kibir rabana ne magai au bikin rabana gai so kidin mashi rabana musikin bida zere yani tadi kaf amu haja asan rabana gai yani kan rabana magai yang no fursa asana bamu haja makar da koli wa bida walakin tarif gidani mawahid andelo kisulen sura bida rabana al-bara Jangan kau kira itu rasa makodia, anu de Palestine. Kau makodu keras betul, sukul kibir kita kodia. Olakin, kini betul dia. Kita pikir dia makua betul, betul betul betul. Nakina najaya, asan syakil bar, bikisim betul. Muhadis na Yesus betul. Jadi anu, amin, fi muskil itu anu ini pun. وما بعد هذه المشكلة بالعبارة ولكن ديفيد قاعد من النبي دائما وابدا كان نجيب التحديات بتاعتنا والمشاكلات بتاعتنا لربنا. كده ربنا يعمل أي تحديات ربنا يعمل كده مانج مشاكل بتاعتنا. ودايما كلنا نجيب زي ده حاجات بتاعت ربنا كمان مجال لنا في السنوات بتاع سبع. كده نروح منين مبسوطين. لأن أنا مؤمنين بإن كلام أن نجيب لربنا ده ربنا يعمل أمور أمسك ربنا يعمل مسؤول. لكن مرات كثير نجي نسيب أن نجي جمع مشاكل في راس بعدين نقول في السنوات نجي جمع مشاكل. وده يعني ودي أن بيننا دلفين الإيمان. دائما كان أساسا كل ما نجينا في السنوات يتكلم كده يجي في البيت مع فرحان. لأن محل أنا تجيب هي حاجة تغافى وجودها تغافى يتجيب في جنب ربنا. mana tukala karaba nistedi uwe yao msuri uwe yao ikoba uwe yao asa ashankile sual asa itakanisa kistemili geja la mashaka bitako takati bitako mana tukaba nataki ile ogo buke kama nataki ile wote togo kusuru mana kwa imani kale afkar mtaka mtakana lazim kedege ukale na barabara anna kisa raka أن ديسيبو البيئة الناس عايشين معنا بتعريف بتاعهم محمد يوم بتعريف المنظور لنا دي كرب الإيمان بتاعنا ودي كرب السيرة بتاعنا في الله لأن أنا بتمرة أنا بكافر نعمل حاجة كويس نبي كلام الناس بيكلم مسؤول بتمرة نبي كافر بيشيك للناس لأنه نبي كلام الناس بيكلم كلام نبي كابورا ولنا نبي كلام سسترات ولكن يسوع المسيح يجين كله بتعريف الفرزين وما سيبوا فرصة عشان الفرزين ينتشر في الحياة بتاعته. الفرزين من مبارك أنا يطبق هي أجل يسوع كامل كل كتاب بفكرة المنعرف بفكرة المنعرف بس كارب بسم يسوع المسيح ولكن يسوع المسيح دائما لا سلم سؤال قال هو كويس asanzol bahan haya oleh kuis asanzol di demi haya anda ini nak terjadi ada kabar am kizumot haya betanas ina insyaallah ada kabar wudi mubiul betanas ma bikara anda ini insyaallah ada kabar wudi lenas mahasyo umur bikun adil umur bikun berja fisika betatima lakin insyaallah kaifin anda kisim Barbar kisi kubeli sembilan, mau mah tiga kai, mau mah aku kai, beliau jalan mereka, malu, film ada Yesus gari di mata, lima kisah ada di sini. Asal kira ada di dalam film ini sah, puluh benas kan gari minta surga kif, ada yang berbicara tentang Yesus, Yesus mesti masih pun sedang. Asal kira ada barbar lagi di sini Yesus. Hal ini Yesus dianggap seperti itu. Wajah yang dalam seperti itu di televisi. Oh, biar di televisi ini aja boleh. Oh, biar ini anak anak boleh. Oh, televisi bukan gay. Asal kita nas, kita masih di mana kita kaya aja. Karena kami sendiri, kita naik, kaya kita masih kita naik asal kawanin berjalan. عشان كده سيد أنتوني هو عايش في مصر بعد وجود بتاع الأمة بتاعه وعبود بتاعه هو كان فكر لنفسه بتاعه لأنه أصل حاجة الأعظم شنو إلا أنا بودي نفسه بتاعي ربنا هو كان طالع من المدينة وفات هنا في الصحراء عشان هو بيلاقوا فرصة عشان هو بيفكر هو بيلاقوا فرصة تناداها من الحياة بتاعه لأن في الصحراء في مكان وفي الصحراء في الشمس وكان هو هنا عشان بس قدر بانش أيام بتاعه عشان هو بيعيش حياة عادية لأنه هو رد ربنا في محل بتاع السكوت بتاع الصحراء هو بقدر يكتشف علاقة بتاعه أنا برضو أنا دريت الصحراء أيام بتاعنا عشان برضو ودي لنا فرصة عشان برضو أتكلم أنا في السكوت كويس زمان أنا كده تاسكو وأنا كده أمر تعاملات بين حياتك ما كل ما يوم لما دوم سوي سفر أكاد أسير itayagonjwa itamitenga hasa anabifiki ayatokea. So reflection and meditation is very important. This is what St. Anthony wants really to tell us after the death of his parents, and he went to the desert just to discover God. Because he give time for himself. Because in the city and in the towns and the families, there are a lot of talking, but there is less time for prayer, less time for meditation. So we need to meditate so that we position ourselves in the company of God to see that we have what we done good and what have we done bad. At least position ourselves like St. Anthony. This will not always be easy to be quiet at least in a day for 1 hour. But we need a special grace through the intercession of St. Anthony, the Abbot, that we may always be people who can meditate and always examine the direction of God. Federa Pandoria in the name of Jesus, the in one of the worship of St. Anthony the Abbot, one of the Shtaka to the Tahamu, and Halia became the house of Monsieur. Bismillah, what can we do?